You cut it. The music's got a nice drop at the end. You cut it right before the drop. You missed the drop. You can't hear the music. You can't hear it. Welcome everybody to Reverse the Verse. It is Friday, June 3rd, 2016. I'm your host, Community Manager Jared Huckabee. With me, as always, is our Director of Community Engagement, Online Strategy, and Spaceships, Mr. Benjamin Lesnick. Finger guns. I told you I had that dream that we had a duel, an old-timey duel.
You did tell me that.
Also with us is our Subscription Manager Extraordinaire, Ms. Alexis Lesnick. Say something.
Finger guns.
More finger guns.
Woo.
Our editor, Mr. Justin Chambers. The man down in the box, Mr. Thomas Hennessy.
Hello. How is it?
Why is he all up on the mic like that?
Oh my God.
Like he's a performer. You should see him rock out.
It's gonna be a long one, guys.
Oh.
I get all up on the mic.
Oh
And-
my
I like
God.
to keep the gain turned very low because the live stream box has a very loud fan.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to.
We actually, full disclosure, we actually can't hear Thomas Hennessy because none of us brought our headphones today.
Nope. There's even a pair sitting on the table here.
And not with us this week, visiting the X Games in Texas, our other community manager, Tyler Wicken. Tyler, we hope you're having fun.
That sounds like
at
a
the
gnarly
X
good
Games.
time.
That sounds like a 90s good time.
Why he didn't take me with him, I don't know.
We don't have that kind of time. All right, so if you've never turned into Reverse the Verse before, Reverse the Verse is the Cloud Imperium Games community team's weekly informal live stream with the fans.
He turned in.
Tuned in.
Turned.
We're going to talk a little bit about our week in review and cover some of the hot topics of the week, like 2.4 on the PTU, the Buccaneer sale going on, then take some questions from our chat, and finally give a quick look at what's coming up ahead. So, Ben, our week in review, we start every week with you. What did we do this week?
What did we do this week?
What did we do this week?
This was a short week because we had Memorial Day off.
Memorial Day off?
Weekly report.
Weekly report.
Or
Or
monthly
monthly. We did
report.
a lot of monthly report this week. A lot of the Buccaneer stuff. We did the two Q&As. Tyler took the lead on those. Put out all the usual content. Him for the chairman.
You were on 10 for the chairman this week.
Was that this week?
That was
Yes,
that
I
was
was.
this week.
Ah,
right?
it
You
seems
and
like a
Jim had
month
it.
ago. Okay, I was on 10 for the chairman this week. I seem to have started a rumor about the Kretak inadvertently. We're just going to let that one keep going. They are made of marshmallow now.
Marshmallow.
Yeah,
A marshmallow.
you know, when that movie came out, you could collect proofs of purchases from Kraft Marshmallows and send in for your own marshmallow dispenser.
Really?
Yes.
I do not
We
remember
have it
that.
at the apartment.
I do not remember that.
Don't admit that.
I remember Star Trek V was the first. I begged my mom to take me, and I'm like, you have to take us to the movies. You have to take us because going to the movies was always a dad thing. This was like the first movie right after my parents' divorce. Sad. And I'm like, you got to take me to the movie, Mom. You got to take me to the movie. And she took me to Star Trek V, and she hated it. She hated it so much.
So we're working through your issues again today?
Yeah.
Is that where we're starting?
So I would not have gotten the marshmallow dispenser thing if I even if I had known about it. Because she would not have helped me to get it.
Because of your parents' divorce.
The
Because she
lesson
hated
here
movies
is
so
that you should eat more marshmallows.
Yes. What else did we do this week? Lots of work on the monthly
How
report.
did we get off
Monthly
track
report.
so quickly?
Allie and I went to Starfleet Academy.
Yes.
We did.
Oh, you guys did?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the Japanese garden that we went to.
Oh, okay.
It's a water treatment facility, which means that it smells like bad water. But they built a beautiful Japanese garden around it, and it was also the backdrop for Starfleet Academy.
Oh my
Bad
god.
water. Bad water. Darwin, come on.
What?
There's an episode of Sequest where Darwin just keeps saying
Hi.
bad water
Well,
and they
that's
can't
why
figure
none
out
of
why.
us know what it is,
Yes.
and you do.
Yes, you
You
cannot
quoted
say
it.
does everybody knows
I didn't
Sequest,
quote
an
it
obscure
consciously.
Sequest reference.
I love Sequest.
What
So you
else
went to
did we
Starfleet
work on
Academy.
this
It
week?
did smell like poop, right?
Yes.
It smelled like poop. It looked beautiful.
It was very nice looking, though.
The pictures look nice.
Monthly report is almost ready.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on that this week. The Orion giveaway that for the I don't remember what ship it was for. It was back during the prospector stuff.
yes.
We have picked the 5 winners. We're in the process of because we're doing a giveaway with them. Legal's got to check some stuff out. But as soon as we get the okay, we'll be announcing that. Look for a post on the forums.
And if you are a winner, you should be hearing from us today.
Yes. So,
You may already have heard from us.
What else this week? Buccaneer Q&A. The second one is ready to go up. As soon as we're done here, I'll go publish that.
Monthly report needs another couple edits. We just got Chris's feedback, so as soon as this is done, we'll be fixing that up and it'll be ready to go out. Hopefully not too late today.
What did you do this week?
Actually did a lot because we had missed a day, which, you know, we're the only ones who have actually like public deadlines.
Every week.
And so there was a lot of work to be done this week, but still made everything out. And then as promised, we have the 3 hats here. We want you guys to vote on which one you guys want me to wear from this
Let's
point
not say
forward.
we want you.
Yeah,
Let's not say we want you.
I'm saying it's such a thing that everybody talks about very iconically. So I think the fans should vote. The Star Citizen community. Let them vote on which hat moves forward. And then when we look forward later in the show, I will put on the hat that wins.
What is the middle one?
the Big Benny's hat.
Oh, okay. Looks like an Orioles hat from the color.
I promise there will never be an Orioles hat in this building.
So let the voting begin,
I'll
guys.
take that bet.
I'm sure Hennessy said something funny right there.
I'm sure you did.
Good job, Hennessy.
I'll imagine what you said was funny and laugh.
Yeah, you made everybody laugh. What'd you do this week, Alexis, besides Starfleet Academy?
Mostly merchandise stuff this week. Getting some stuff tied down. Game box stuff. All that good, you know.
Yeah, you had like a long meeting with Toast Norwin about
Yeah.
what we have to put on the game box. and-
legal meetings. So that was my week.
Yeah, I was really glad I got to avoid that. I saw you go in there. I'm like, Alexis is going into Ortwin's office with Toast. It's about the box and the CD and stuff. She said she wanted me to be in that, and I just stayed in my seat, and it was awesome.
We also did some planning for Gamescom. We've been talking about, meeting about that this week. So
Yep. We've got the floor plan for the Gamescom booth all finalized, and we're working on the art for it right now. It's looking very, very, very cool. It's our first big booth.
yeah,
A big booth, smallish booth.
Well, okay. Last year's Gamescom booth was a wonderful banner and some folding tables and some chairs.
Well, that was because like a month before Gamescom, they were like, "Oh, by the way, you've got a booth." We're like, "We do."
And you have no furniture.
Yeah.
So last year was a learning experience for us.
Yes.
So we'll find out if we actually learned anything this year.
I feel like
think
we're
we
all.
did.
I feel like after last year, we're all a bit more seasoned at events.
All right. Yeah, most of my week was spent working on Gamescom stuff and the monthly report stuff and our general video age. Around the Verse this week had a nice piece that was shot in Texas by our own Thomas Hennessy and Tyler Whitkin, chatting with QA about the continuing work on 2.4. And the interview with our new character art director, Mr. Josh Herman, who came to us from Marvel Studios and has a pretty impressive portfolio of
I
work.
know, that was a really cool
It's
interview.
all Spider-Man.
It's not mostly Iron Man, actually, strangely enough. But he's been here for well over a month now. That interview was shot a couple weeks ago, and he's actually in the UK working with the UK character art team at the moment. And I'm really excited to have him on. I like the stuff he's been doing so far.
I enjoyed that interview.
So far. I still maintain that he could screw it up. Don't screw it up, Josh Herman.
Don't listen to anything.
Don't-
that
yeah,
Jared
never.
says.
It's good life advice.
Good
We
life
like you,
advice.
Josh.
Let's move on to 2.4 in the PTU. 2.4 is still on the PTU.
Still in the PTU, the latest build is not showing a great improvement on the network stuff, so it's not likely to go live today. We're still working in building. Hopefully, we'll have some other stuff to test later today, but it's all in a holding pattern until we can get some of these blockers.
Yeah. Alexis can attest. Yesterday, I was thoroughly amused watching Chris in Skype chat with the programmers and with the network engineers. Walking through everything that they're doing to try to improve our performance and stuff, from hardware solutions to software solutions. He's got an amazing grasp on every aspect.
Oh yeah,
of
he
this
knows
game.
everything about how the game works.
I'm just watching this. I'm like, holy, he really does know every 1 and 0 of this game. So So yeah, we got our top men on the case, as it were, and still working. Top men. I think Hennessy said top men.
Yes, I believe.
Okay, if I know my Hennessy, after I said top men, he said top men. I couldn't hear him though.
If this were a Hennessy trivia game and I had to guess,
I know my Hennessy.
I think that's what it would be.
All right, so 2.4 still working, still chugging away on the PTU. Moving on to the Drake Buccaneer. Been on sale all week.
Yes.
Presumably doing very well, actually. I thought.
Yeah, there you go.
Very excited about this show. I'm a sucker for Drake. I really like Drake. So, we had our first Q&A post go out yesterday with 11 questions instead of 10. Tyler wanted me to make a note that there was an extra question in there.
And we can't thank Matt Sherman enough. He's the man behind the answers for those.
Yes. And in the second part of the QA post that goes out as soon as the show is done, there's a long letter from Matt Sherman in addition to the questions, where he talks about the entire design process up to this point and how we involved the community and what our original design goals were and how some of them changed and some of them stayed the same, coming from where we started to here. It's a pretty good read. So check that out. All part of the post that'll go out as soon as the show is done. So that's our Drake Buccaneer update. So we are getting right into the question and answers, guys. We're just moving right along. So we are taking our questions from the community in our RSI chat. You can log on to robertspaceindustries.com/community/chat. And in the general tab, you can post your questions and we'll do our best to answer them as they come in. Please preface your question with the word question in capital letters surrounded by brackets. It'll help me pick it out. And as some people have already noted, I turn auto scroll off, so there's no reason to repeat your questions. I'm going to pick the ones that we can answer and ask them. So, Rathwing has a question right off the bat. It's about the Caterpillar. He would like to know if we can confirm that the Caterpillar concept sail will contain 4 of the cargo modules, or will it be an empty hull like the Retaliator base?
Well, I don't think we can confirm either way yet.
Well, the ones that have been sold.
Oh yeah, the ones that have been sold are the cargo version, so
Gotcha.
they should have cargo.
So anybody who owns a Caterpillar at this moment
Yeah.
will get 4 cargo modules.
Yeah. Is it 4 or is it? So that's the question. This changes so much.
Yes, okay. Let's avoid the number. Let's avoid the number, but say you'll get cargo modules.
Yeah.
But it is a number.
But it is a number of cargo modules. So, INN doing your transcript. Remember that I said we can't confirm the number. Yeah.
Somewhere someone from INN is just like weeping over their keyboard.
Well, I've been burned the last couple of weeks by a couple transcripts, so just making sure. Love you, INN. Everybody but Dvorak. So I got.
No, just let it go.
I got sidetracked.
Let's see where it goes.
I think I'm going to say what we're all thinking. It's time to take the Counting Crows hat off.
I'm not wearing a Counting Crows hat. I'm wearing my normal hat. It's my normal hat.
I didn't know your hair was so long and brown.
Well, I just doing something different with it this week.
It looks good, Jared. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Never stop wearing your hair like that.
I wish I could hear it. No, that's not true. Hell for High asks, and I don't understand the question, but maybe Ben does. What qualities of the Shubin apps got the most chuckles? The Shubin apps?
The contest thing, the Orion
Oh,
stuff.
applications. Apps, I'm thinking, phone apps and whatnot. For me, it was the ones that dealt with, the personal backstory of the person. The thing was, you're supposed to write a backstory for your character, and many people did, but some people did not do that. The folks who really put a lot of effort into their background lore, some of them were pretty amusing, and that generally gets my vote.
We saw a lot of memes, of all the old Star Citizen memes. There was Space Lube in there, and
Yes.
Space Whales, and
Yes.
all sorts of stuff that made us chuckle. Some people apparently just see a form on the internet and they start cursing into it for no reason. I guess that's just a human.
You know what? Sometimes you just need to type a bunch of swear words into an empty form and submit it somewhere.
But maybe don't make sure the form isn't submitting a thing to us that then pops up with your picture and your personal information.
That's true.
So, no judgment.
AB asked a question that I said I would follow up on. Million Mile High Club item ports. The intention is yes. We haven't done any work on that yet, but right now the current intention is yes. Erase has a question for Alexis. What is the status of the tube star map poster?
We are ready to ship soon. We're working out some warehousing, some last minute warehousing things. So I think they'll probably be ready to ship in the next couple weeks. We just closed we had a deadline. If you'd purchased one of the star maps a couple years ago, we needed to update your address. There is a part in your account where you can confirm an address if you have an item like that that's ready to ship. We did send out an email to all those folks. So if you're one of those people and you didn't confirm your address, just submit a CS ticket and I can help you out. But that is just for the rolled ones. It's not for the folded box maps or anything like that.
Cool. General Jolly has a question. He says, some time ago it was mentioned that if Consolidated Outland's first ship, the Mustang, did well, that they would move on to larger ships. Did the Mustang do well, and has there been any discussions about a multi-crew Consolidated Outland ship?
Mustang did very well, and we are certainly looking at the next Consolidated Outland ship. As we kind of have a standard for multi-crew now with the Constellation, we're definitely looking at building multi-crew ships from other manufacturers. We have one in the works. It's not the Consolidated Outlands one, but we are at the phase where instead of looking at new starters, we're looking at new at that tier ship. So I expect Silas Corner he'll have his Constellation killer at some point.
I know Silas got his name from your brother. Where did Corner come from?
I think I just pulled it from a Wing Commander fan.
Sorry, asking questions I know the answers to. Wrath of Regicide wants to know, will the Reliant variants be on sale when 2.4 goes live?
I know the base will be on sale. I don't know if we're bringing back the variants at this point.
It's going to be the Starfarer, the Gemini, the Reliant base,
and the new gun.
So.
And that we have our part of that all done. The post is ready to go and if published. We just are waiting for the build.
Yes.
But it's one of those things where it's frustrating not to have it out now. We would all love to have it out now, but it's for the best that it's getting this attention, that these bugs are being fixed now, and that's the whole point of the process.
Gotcha.
But darn it, do we ever want it to be done soon?
Yes. Deadweight would like to know, can the large living area in the Caterpillar be swapped out for additional cargo space since the command module has beds and living weight? If I remember our walkthrough with Kalis correctly, the habitat portion is on the main part of the ship, the primary hull. So it's not part of the 4 or 3 or 2 or
Whatever
number unconfirmed modules that can be swapped out. So pretty sure the answer to that is no.
You only get 2 of those in each episode, so you've used them all now. The show isn't even halfway over.
Somebody asked a when question.
When is Gamescom? Can't answer, I'm sorry.
No. Would you say the Buccaneer is lighter, smaller than the Redeemer? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for
absolutely.
Sure. Redeemer's a big guy.
Yeah, Redeemer's a multi-crew ship. The Buccaneer is a single-seat fighter.
I can answer this question.
Well, when you get there, let's go down. Who came up with the ATV fast-forward music? It's very peculiar.
Just like you.
Like father, like son.
Shotokan Incarnate asks, for the Buccaneer post, who did the joke at the top about the pirate?
That was Jared.
That was a temp thing. I was put it in there and specifically told Ben we want to replace that
Are
with
you
a better
just
joke.
asking questions about yourself?
No, I'm going
Didn't
down.
this happen last
Yes,
time?
have you not watched our TV?
Just read.
Have you not watched Jared in anything we've ever done before?
That's unfair. I avoid most questions about myself. Vacation would like to know, Alexis, can we get drinking horns themed from different ship manufacturers?
What is it drinking?
Like the things that Sniffle Wizard, or was it Dog Wizard? One of those wizards
Those
were
are
making.
still, or isn't that a Stein?
Oh no, the drinking horns are like, Omar.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say no.
It's probably not, but it's a good idea.
Oh, is it?
No, it is. I don't foresee us doing that. I do see a question about jump point though. Hardcover jump point.
Oh yeah, I'm not there. I'm at the top.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just going in order.
We have not shipped jump point yet. It is still in production.
Had to make some edits to the layout.
Yes, the layout is being adjusted. As soon as we have a clearer shipping date, we're going to update all of the folks that bought one.
It shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, sometimes
David Ladyman has to go through a bunch of stuff.
Yes, it does. So we're a bit delayed on that one, but we are working on it.
How long until we see Ben and Sandy actor figures? Asks Yoko.
Actor figure.
That's what you wrote.
I'm up for it. If anybody wants to 3D print me.
Drager would like to know if we think Warner Brothers should have shaved some money and cut the budget on Barbershop 2. Good job, Dragar. Good job. That's a when question, Lascivious. It's your second when question.
You don't need to shame the one questions.
Yeah, I do. Heist wants to know, why was Alpha UEC and gear wiped in the PTU for build 2.4?
Why was it what?
Wiped.
Oh, well, just because...
That's precisely the point of Alpha UEC.
Yep. We're going to have plenty of times where it gets wiped. Especially for the PTU stuff, they're going to want to reset quite often.
Yeah, now Alpha PC. The reason we've created Alpha UEC is so we can not touch your regular earned UEC, and so they can wipe it, grant it, increase it, deflate it at will. As we're testing different things.
Yeah, I guarantee we'll have points in the future where you log in and you have a cajillion UEC for no reason, and then there'll be other days where you don't have any, and it's all part of the process.
Yeah, Alpha UEC, don't get attached.
The official slogan.
I know the visual.
See, I don't read every question.
But you still pointed it out to us.
Oh my god.
No, because you guys are giving me crap for it.
I'm just giving you crap.
No Medius. For those who bought shields that cannot be equipped with the changes, what is the planned resolution?
I think we put a little matrix in the 2-3 posts that shows what will happen.
Yes.
The number of other shield generators you'll get depending on what you have right now.
Yeah, that's something that Matt and Kirk and Calix and one other whose name I can't remember right now are all working on that conversion process for the old components into the new components. So rest assured that there is a plan. They are still developing it.
Well, no, it's actually printed. It's in the 2 or 2-3 points. Wherever we premiere the shield things, there's a thing that says exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean for all the components.
Oh, for all the
components. What happens to the Buccaneer item X if I upgrade melt the package after this Monday?
It should be fine if you do it after it's been attributed, but not before. So don't buy a Buccaneer and melt it before the sale ends.
Yes. On Sunday, we're going to announce what the winning item is.
And it's 50-50 right now.
Yeah,
because we've had 2 days of each. Or, 2 days of each.
Yeah, by towards the end of business Sunday, we'll know. We'll have an idea what it is. And we will attribute the item X to that item on Monday, according to Mr. Benjamin Fardell. So on Monday, you will see the item appear in your on the website when you look at your virtual hangar, and you will have access to it in game if you bought it later this week. It requires another platform backend thing by Felix, and he can't push that until Thursday of next week. So. HN Rexford would like to know, the Buccaneer, can it dock with the Caterpillar? The answer.
Can't talk about the Caterpillar yet.
Oh yeah, we're still working on it. All right. Will we get to read the winning entries?
Yes.
Well, that's
Once
part of
they
what we're
sign
clearing.
off,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
part of what we're clearing, is we want to share the winning entries with you, and we have to get permission. So. Alexis Defanos would like to know, what is the status on the dog tags?
They're in production right now. And I'd say probably be ready to ship in 3 to 4 weeks.
Derpin Wolf would like to know, are there any more Origin ships in the works?
Yes. We have one we're talking about right now. I can't give any details yet, though.
F9 asks Ben, we seem to get some insight into the pipeline from you in this past 10 for the developers. Thank you for answering my question, by the way. Could you elaborate more on the ship pipeline and what the method behind madness of putting ships out like the Caterpillar is when there is no cargo in the game?
Well, there's all sorts of different reasons for things we do. Caterpillar is because we have gotten to that stage of the ships. We just built the Starfarer, so we've that prototyped all the technology we need for ships that are that size. We just finished the Drake style guide and component kit parts for building ships, and which you probably noticed we've done the. We're doing the Herald right now. We built the. We're working on the Cutlass and all the Drake ships at once. So you'll tend to see ships bunch up like that. Sometimes there are Squadron 42 specific needs that we can't call out directly. But usually ships happen for a reason. We're also not too far from cargo, and one of the things we're going to need for cargo is ships to fly around. So.
Like with most things, there's more than one reason for anything worth doing. Oh, see, I didn't see that. I got this question last week, and I didn't understand why it was being asked. Have you guys seen the new Goat Simulator DIC Waste of Space? It gently pokes fun at Star Citizen. How does it poke fun at Star Citizen?
It's like a parody. It's funny.
I thought we did talk about this last
Well, yeah, but I didn't
Yeah.
understand why I asked. You said waste of space. I thought it was just like they were saying the game was a waste of space.
No, it's their
their
space parody
Yes.
game. It's like it's like Spaceballs to our Star Wars.
Got it. So is it a parody of space games or is it a parody of Star Citizen?
It's space games in general, but it's Star Citizen specifically gets mentioned a bunch or implied a bunch. So
Yeah, I don't keep up on.
check out the trailer. It's funny.
John Rougeau would like, will the Starfarer Glare Mini, see what you did there, have its cockpit glass fixed for 2.4 live?
I can't promise 2.4 live, but it's definitely an issue that's been bugged.
Yes, it has been reported. I saw them talking about that.
And that's a good example of something that's probably not a blocker preventing 2.4 from launching, but will be fixed by. And in fact, maybe I should point this out. I should talk about this a little because I've seen it a bunch come up lately. People are like, why are you releasing patches with X, Y, and Z things still broken? It'll be, some spawn point that's not working or some ship function, some weapon that doesn't attach right. That's because those aren't what we categorize as a blocker. We're not ignoring them. They're all in the to fix list, and they will get attention as folks become available as that system is being worked on. But they don't prevent the game from being played. We focus. Before we can go live, we want to get to a point where we say, okay, you can actually play the game in a reasonable way. That's fine.
That's so funny because I just finished off.
You can see
Yes.
the bottom of your
Yes,
or the top of your head.
Are you serious?
Yes, there was Sandy signed along the bottom. Hi, Sandy.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Like my hair?
I know. I wasn't going to comment. But
Let's see.
We've all tried to avoid commenting on it.
And gently suggesting take it off.
We suggested once. Dragon asked, status of a video tour of the new California offices. It's on the plate. We're just waiting. We want Chris to do
We
it.
want Chris to do it, and he's in Europe right now. But when he gets back, I'm sure he will do the Willy Wonka thing.
Yeah, it's Chris's baby. He should be the one to show it off. Rogan Riker would like to know, is there any chance of that top hat and monocle making it into clothing options?
Maybe.
I just I'm trying to take a picture. It's just I'm trying to take a picture, a selfie.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're doing
All right then.
Exactly.
Here is some corn.
Nope.
What?
No, we're getting derailed.
What?
No, bring
Wait,
it
wait,
back.
where did
Bring
you
it
just
back.
pull
So
corn
what
from?
section are we at? Where are we
We're
at?
in the question and answer.
Bring it
Where,
back,
where did you just
everyone.
pull corn from?
This is a happy teenage corn. He
No.
plays basketball.
Don't do this.
I asked a
please.
question. He's providing an answer.
High five, Jared.
I'll have to, there'll be another thread. So, just go ahead and go create the thread now, guys. Classified would like to know if Thomas can play the guitar that's behind him.
Of course
He
he can. He
can.
plays it every single day.
Come play the guitar.
Well, he's got his own microphone in there. He's gonna do a little one-man show in the corner.
Daryl wants to know, can you explain what is going on when we get all pads full even though they are empty?
That is one of the bugs we're working on. In fact, I think it's one of the specific blockers, the spawn issue.
Yeah. I other than saying it's a bug that we're aware, I can't explain why it's happening.
Figuring out why it's happening is actually one of the things our folks are doing right now.
Bree Base wants to know what happened to Mark Abent. Will he be bug smashing next week?
Yes, Mark was filling in for another developer who was in an accident, and they were out for a couple days. Just filling specifically for 2.4 stuff. So we figured we wouldn't waste his time with our community stuff while he was focusing on that.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's going to be next week. Let's let him do his work, and we will get it as soon as he can spare the time for us.
Yeah, we always want to avoid stepping on the dev team's toes while they're working on stuff like this.
Hey.
But Bug Smashers will return.
Oh yes. Zay Mercury wants to know: are there new hoodies planned?
There are.
Wow.
We have some Squadron 42 hoodies that we are currently working on.
Can we tell them what color they are?
Sure. They're like
Yes.
they are like an olive grayish military green.
They're very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yoko has the same question Sandy had in this week's ATV. When female models are in SC? Working on it.
We're gonna, yeah.
Lots of check-ins in Shotgun this week about the female models, and one of our concept outsourcers, Rob McKinnon, was actually he's been in the studio this week working on it live right here with everybody else.
I've seen a lot of clothes for them too.
Yes. So it is in
Yeah, I saw one of the
process.
models.
Although I do know that one thing they try to avoid with these alpha versions is too much player choice, which sounds non-intuitive, but the reality is if you have, and we talk about it specifically with sliders, if you have a slider that has 10 different points for view or whatever resolution or anything like that, that a QA person has to test every single situation with 5 times or 10 times because there's these 10 different options. So one thing you tend to see in game development, proper game development, we are special crazy game development, but in proper game development, the options come much later in the process.
Yes.
Because the systems are perfected by then and you know exactly what you're breaking when you add something to it.
So it's not to say that it's not coming. It's just at this point in development, we do try to keep as much of it simple. Warlust would like to know: can the item placement dots locations be turned on or off so they are not visible in hangars when they're not needed? My understanding is that yes, that's an immersion breaker. Just to see a bunch of item port dots.
I don't want to see dots everywhere all the time.
So again, it goes back to the features thing. You try to keep. Right now, we're trying to get them to work. Then we can work on turning them on and off. Shrike says, so I noticed in the fast forward video this week that there is now a new way to enter the Avenger cockpit from the side. How are we going to distinguish between exiting the cockpit into space and exiting the cockpit to reach the bed? That's part of the new overall UI stuff that Zane's working on. The new I can't remember what the word is. The word for the type of concept. So you're replacing the use button with kind of like an inner monologue type thing that highlights options in the world around you. So they're working on that right now. I've seen some look dev. It's coming along. But it's not a new way to enter the Avenger from the side. We've had that. You've been able to enter the Avenger from the side in previous builds. And the ladders were broken for a while, and now the ladders are getting fixed.
The ladders?
The Avenger has a ladder that pops out of the side. And it was
It
there
wasn't
when
popping out for a while.
Yeah, it was there at the beginning when it first came in, and then they redid the Avenger and it broke, and now it's back.
You know, had a good cool ladder. Flight of the Navigator.
Yes.
The steps.
Well, so does our Xi'an Scout. Please don't sue us, Disney.
I don't think we copied the concept of ladders from them.
Marcus Perry has a question for Ben. On last week's Ben's Day, Ben said the Mobi-Glass is supposed to be more like virtual reality and not augmented reality. Is this true?
No, I don't think that's what I meant if I said that.
Why don't you tell him what you meant regardless?
I don't remember what the question was, though.
It's supposed to be, my understanding is it's supposed to be more like augmented reality. So. Curse Heart asks, will the hangar arrangements done on the PTU be transferred to the 2.4 Live?
No, they won't.
Okay. Kraken asks, since the Cutlass is no longer intended to be the jack of all trades, what role will be its new focus?
It's a
Or its old
pirate
focus,
raider.
rather.
Yeah, it's intended to raid convoys. You take out the hull or some other cargo ship, you load up the stuff you want, and you get out.
You might also want to check ATV from last week where Matt Sherman talks about all the ships in the Drake line and their specific roles. So he talks a bit about how he envisions the Cutlass to perform and what its role should be. So, ATV, last week. Jack Spy asks, is there plans to have the changing clothes, suit, armor as it is at the moment, or will there be booths or cabins people can select their clothes and get changed?
There'll be more customization down the road.
Yeah. Another great example of keeping it simple right now while we're implementing features.
And we're doing some customization for the body, and then do the armor after that. It's we're getting there.
The adversary asks, will you be expanding the number of people on the PTU soon? That's generally determined by game support and what their needs are.
Yeah, we don't do the PTU to advertise or anything like that. The minute they say we need another group of people, we will let them in. They seem to be pretty happy with what they have right now, so if they make the request, we'll make it happen.
Tromboan asks, is there an update on the Reclaimer? We haven't had an update since it was sent to be revised because of a lack of landing gear.
No update. Yeah, I think it's still waiting for a tech designer.
Snoopy asks, is there any new information about the Star Citizen HOTAS?
Did we not see anything about it?
We've talked about it, but at this
everybody
point, there's
changes
so
every
much
time.
information that it goes in every
oh.
different direction.
We are in the prototype stage, and I've just emailed to see if we can try and get some kind of image for it, because I know everybody's hankering to see it. So as soon as I know, I will let everybody else know that it is happening.
So they do have the prototype now that they're evaluating, and
Right, correct.
yeah.
Augustus Cron asks, if I upgrade one of my current ships to a Buccaneer, will I get item X?
Yes.
Okay.
So we will
Which we
include
still
that in
need,
the script.
we still need to talk to.
Yeah, we have to make sure Turbulent knows that, but we will make it happen.
So, hey Alexis, are we ready to talk about the sub flare for this month yet?
No, we'll talk about it next week.
Next week? Longtree wants to know when we're going to show the Dragonfly concept. I know it's a when question, but
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming close. TN.
I think it's soon to you.
That's soon too.
Close is a registered trademark.
Is it really?
I have no idea.
No. It's like all these.
Oh, see, I scrolled and lost all my.
Oh my
Scroll.
goodness.
Hey. Philly and Fire Tracker would like to know, does RSI have any more ships in the work? Possibly something between an Aurora and a Constellation, maybe?
I don't think there is an RSI ship in the works right now.
Well, the Polaris.
The Polaris.
That's definitely not between an Aurora and a Constellation.
I mean, we will certainly look at more RSI ships in the future, but for now, I know the Aurora is getting another look, and we're going to do the variants of the Constellation, but nothing you guys don't know about already.
Has Sandy practiced hiding with a cardboard box?
I know, I saw that. What does that mean?
It's from when you
Okay.
there's a video game series where you sneak around hiding inside a cardboard box.
I didn't get that. Bit, not so.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. I thought I did it, but clearly not.
We'll do some cardboard box training after the show.
Hennessy set one of the cameras a little too low, you see.
Yes, it's Hennessy's fault.
And it's got to be somebody else's fault.
We can't hear
Bad
his
Hennessy.
responses, so we can blame him.
Actually,
Yeah, exactly.
Jared was the one who, right before we went live, requested that I lower that camera down.
That is, Jared did specifically
'Cause he
request
wanted
that.
the hair shot.
Oh my God.
Oh, lordy.
Here's corn.
No.
Here's corn.
That's one of the cornier jokes.
Spoof Ghost asks, will the Xi'an Scout see any revisions or upgrades?
Potentially. I know we will look at it, see about the other seat down the line, but it won't be anything that happens anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, no ship in the game is 100%.
No ship is
So
100%
they're all gonna see revisions and upgrades down the line. Calavici has a question from our old past here. The Caterpillar had been called the Freelancer's evil twin, but it seems to be much more of
It
a ship
is
than a
much larger
Freelancer.
now.
Has this concept changed over time?
Yeah, I would say it changed between initial imagination, where it was just kind of an evil freelancer, and then the first drawings we did with Jim, because it's been this Starfarer size ship ever since then, at least. So not a massive change since you've seen it, but
it's like the Starfarer's. If it's the Starfarer's evil twin, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito as twins. That'll cause a post.
yep.
Longtree asks, will we get a series on ATV about the Carrack being worked on? Working on it. Working on it.
Yep. Carrick's going into active dev shortly, and we're going to follow it as it.
Yes. We're trying to get in on the ground floor and show you as much as we can, because we know how much Carrack love there is out there. John Rougeau asks, can we have a Sandy Hula girl for our Drake ship, since she's the official spokesperson for Drake now?
Well,
Maybe gets around in the
gone
verse.
from a tight-fitted dress to a grass skirt.
Yeah. Although you haven't associated with Drake though, besides the Jim Martin picture,
Oh, I did
you,
the
you were
Cutlass.
you were also the the performance capture model for the Cutlass portion.
That is correct. But that's a little different from a hula girl.
Yes. Maybe not a hula girl. Although there was a question earlier about Ben and Sandy action figures. So
What kind of action would that be? Like a pun?
yeah.
Like a speaking action figure?
Yeah, they could each have little catchphrases.
Yeah,
Like a
that's
Woody
little
doll
pun.
with
Yes.
the
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
gesture.
Sandy and I are the original Buzz Lightyear and Woody.
Yeah, there we go.
Thomas Hennessy has moved far away from his
I
computer.
know, like, why is
I
he
know,
so
he's
far
ashamed.
back?
He's ashamed.
Come back to us, Hennessy.
Bacon of War asks, will there be any new landing zones? Absolutely.
Oh yes, hundreds
Many-
of them.
Many new landing zones. The Darkest Stig asks, any large ship sales coming up anytime soon? Specifically the Reclaimer. When will you sell me the Reclaimer? Ben, sell me the Reclaimer, he says.
It's going to be a little bit of time before the Reclaimer, but we are looking at bringing back the Caterpillar in the not too distant future.
Lost says that he heard the ship being of physical goods has moved to a USA location. Is that true? And if so, how far along is that?
No, we're looking into options right now, but it has not happened.
That is a mind-boggling experience that I'm right in the middle of right now.
What?
To all the countries that we ship to.
Oh, yes.
I think it's more involved than people realize.
Yeah.
Wrathwing asks, can we confirm an anniversary sale will occur in 2016?
Yes, we can
You
confirm
can
that.
almost always
Yeah. Yeah.
assure that will happen. It's our anniversary.
It's coming so quick too. I can't believe it
This
feels
year
like
is just flying by.
Yeah.
the last anniversary was just already.
Rasad asks, any word on how we'll choose between the quick and slow internet exits? That aforementioned new use
Yeah, the new
system.
flow for them. Zane.
Wish I could remember what he was calling it. There's a name for this new type of system. I can't remember what it's called right now.
Everybody's quite civilized.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite nice.
Well, we use our RSI chat. We gave up
We
using
use the
Twitch chat.
civilized chat.
Yeah, we abandoned Twitch chat
I
a couple months ago.
Sorry, Twitch chat.
Sorry, Twitch chat.
Some of you are good.
Actually, in fairness to Twitch chat, it's been much more civilized since you stopped taking questions from there. So
Maybe because the trolls have realized we don't pay attention to it. Where is the WWF Championship belt? I forgot it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I remember
forgot
the
it.
hats. You were supposed to bring the WW something belt. That was
Mm-hmm.
close. I almost said E. Is there a difference?
yeah.
Yeah, WWF became the WWE when the World Wildlife Fund, which came after the WWF, sued them
Oh.
and said it was confusing people, and because they were a charity, even though they came later, the judge ruled in their favor and forced the WWF to change their name to World Wrestling Entertainment.
It sounds to me like you just
I
said.
think Jared implanted Wikipedia into his head.
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
you
wow.
were, you were
Okay.
the actually guy about wrestling.
Well, no, it sounds to me like you said, "Oh yes, there is a difference," and then told us how it's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing. That's where I was confused.
He just wanted to spout his fact. He had a fact ready.
All right, Rasmus Kane has another question. Ben, in the newest Ben's Day video, you suggested that the Cutlass was, in your mind, going through a pretty big change. Care to elaborate?
No, I said in that question, I'm not going to elaborate.
Well, see, I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm when it happens, you'll know.
Okay. Spectre asks, if we buy multiple Buccaneers, will we get multiple attributes? If you mean the items, like
The
the
item, yeah.
poster and the model and the
Oh.
gun? Is that what he means?
I think he means, can you buy multiple Buccaneers and get multiple guns, multiple of the prize gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, which we'll if you have 5 Buccaneers, we'll give you 5 of the guns,
One per ship.
1 per ship.
Yep.
Please buy 5 Buccaneers.
Any chance of a Brian Chambers bobblehead figurine one day?
We will have Brian Chambers, Trevor the Chairman.
I thought I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to surprise him.
Well, they
that's
asked the
looking
questions.
ahead. That's for the looking ahead.
Who did Tom? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
He ran away.
I don't know. Having to model that hair bobbling would probably take up too much CPU.
Can't have it competing with your Rasta.
With your Rasta hair.
I like it. I think I'm going to do this. Nora asks, how many more base ships are needed to be worked on before we start getting ship variants?
It's not an either or
Yeah.
thing. They're starting to do some work on variants now.
We're putting out the Gemini in
Yeah, Gemini just
2.4.
Just hit, and then we'll be looking at the Aurora and the 300 later this year. I think at least one of the constellations too.
Wilda says, what type of microphone are we using? These are AKG P120s that we bought at Guitar Center. Guitar Center.
That was not an ad for Guitar Center, by the way.
Piet would like to know, are there any plans to put the Argo up for sale?
Yeah, we've been talking about that. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah, can I get that email about the Argo?
What are you waiting for the email on the Argo?
Remember when we had a meeting yesterday? I need an Argo email. You said you'd start a thread.
Oh yeah, okay.
That one.
Will any of the SC team be at E3 this year?
We are not. We've never done a booth or a show or anything at E3. I think a bunch of folks here will take the day off and go to E3 because it's right here in Los Angeles.
As
But,
fans.
yeah, we prefer the conventions that are open to the public.
Are you gonna take me?
But yeah, of course you're coming. Yeah, we're going.
Did you get a pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go by myself.
No.
I thought we
No,
should
no,
all-
I got that.
It's
pass.
all go
I
together.
don't know if I could go all day though.
Oh, we can
No,
go.
we
all
We
went-
day.
can't
we
go
only
there.
went
Just
for a
go
few
a
Yeah,
couple
we
hours.
go for like 3 hours and we've seen everything we want to see.
Yeah.
We just haven't chosen the date, right?
Yeah, no, we'll all pile into the Mirthmobile.
Okay.
Tell you, it is a very surreal feeling to look in your rearview mirror and see Sandy Gardner back there. Like, it's happened a couple times. It's always surreal for me.
Not sure how I feel about that.
No, this was actually a thing this week. Everybody was like, "Oh, they're not doing E3." Like, well, we never do E3. So
Yeah.
We never do it. We've never
Yeah.
done E3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
E3 is a
Okay, hold your comment.
yeah.
I'm excited to go. I've never been, so it'll be nice.
It's one of those things where I imagine it would have been way more fun in like 1997.
I think you think everything was more fun.
Everything was more fun in
Well,
1997.
1997. It's got to be some Wing Commander.
I
thing.
agree.
Oh, that would have been Wing Commander Prophecy.
Of course. And what was the exact date and time on that?
Do Sandy's glasses reveal our alien overlords?
They just might.
Which one's the she? Oh, it's kind of like a
I've had
Maskanata
these for a
thing.
while. I've almost had them for 6 months.
Solid they live reference.
Thank you.
He would have the reference, not you.
Polaris, haven't we talked about the Polaris?
A couple times, not today, but again, it just comes from not everybody watches every week.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Polaris is being done in the UK. by the way.
Yeah. And it's coming together well.
Penguin Sage asks, "Space pandas?" Question mark. Nope.
Nope.
Radicals asks, "How is mining coming along?" Still in development.
Is that about him?
Rob Rocket asks, "What kind of insurance will he get if we buy the Caterpillar in its second coming?"
Probably be like 2 year or something. Whatever we do for the special events.
Yeah,
Second coming.
it's been on sale more than once though.
Yeah, we bring it back for
We
anniversary
bring it back for the
sales and
anniversaries,
so on.
and the anniversary sales, it always has, depending on what the anniversary is.
We'll do whatever the highest non-LTI one is for this, which I think is 3
I
years.
saw him limping out of the office last night.
I know.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
He's on his way back to like recovery, like
Definitely.
just slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, heck of an injury. HN Rexford says, "Is there an in the works list of possible Caterpillar modules that we're ready to share?"
There's not that we're ready to share.
Caterpillar modules.
Did I see Toast in here earlier?
He comes and
Yes.
goes.
Comes and goes.
I'm surprised that Toast has not come by with his bubble wand today.
He's what wand?
Toast got a bubble wand a few weeks ago
What's that for?
He's been blowing
to blow bubbles.
You see all these
Okay.
spots?
Yeah,
and
like
everything?
a 4-year-old.
But he's
But what is it? Is it for enjoyment?
yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe like
explain
Well,
your
I don't
bubble
know, I'm
wand.
just asking, you know.
All of a sudden, there'd just be bubbles floating
Yeah,
while we're
Just
talking.
asking.
I get the sense that it sometimes is like the only thing that's keeping him sane.
What, the bubble one?
Yes.
It's replaced him doing like wushu moves. He just does them with the bubble
Oh,
wand now.
in his office?
Yeah.
Toast!
Yeah. Well, you should see, like, I'll be in here and I'll come out and he'll be, like, with his sword doing, like, all this, like, Dragon Ball Z fighting stuff. And I'm like, whoa.
All right, with that, let's go to looking ahead. Let's go to looking ahead. Take a look at, chat a bit about what's coming up for Star Citizen in the next week.
Did you take that off so we could look at your head?
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same question.
Yes.
Then my work here
Yes.
is done.
That's exactly why I did this.
I don't know what's happening.
The section is looking
here
ahead,
comes
and I
Toast.
took off the thing so they could look at
Oh,
my
my
head.
lordy.
Yes. Is Toast coming?
Yeah.
Is he gonna blow bubbles for
The
fun?
bubble one.
Yay!
Sandy hasn't seen your bubble wand.
I just want to ask, is it, okay, that doesn't look right, but is it,
Nice.
is it for fun?
Just for fun, yeah.
Okay, I get it.
I think it's a moment of truth.
It
to-
provides a
Where
little
did you
magic.
buy that, by the way?
Target.
Okay.
And then he bought it ahead of everybody and went right up to my car. And when we came out with our groceries, he was standing out in front of my car, just
Yes.
blowing bubbles,
Goodness.
blowing bubbles like toast do,
Yeah. Like toast.
like toast
Kind of like
do.
meditation.
Yeah. All right. So looking ahead, everybody. In just a few minutes, you'll have the Buccaneer Q&A Part 2 with more questions answered by designer Matt Sherman and a look back at the design process up to this point. So check that out. Then later today, we hope to have the monthly report. It's just about ready to go. We have to
Some changes, and then we'll get it out.
put some Chris changes
yes,
in.
you achieved the desired result.
And
Toast.
Over this weekend, probably on Sunday, we'll announce the winner of the Drake Market Research Quiz. So you'll see that. There'll be a Drake press release that goes out for that. Monday is the last day of the sale, so if you've been holding off on your Drake Buccaneer, be sure you get it in before then. Monday will be 10 for the developers with Brian Chambers, who came in like a champ to help us out. He filmed that today in his conference room in the office. So
Look forward to that.
look forward to that.
I am now big Benny hat. It's clearly evident. Everybody wanted.
Can I make that
Yeah.
for us?
Well, Gage made it for in-game, and we used it as part of our April Fool's gag, and then somebody made the hat that Gage made for our in-game model.
And then it was voted, so the money hat
I like
got
it. It's
retired.
a good look
I
for
do.
you.
I kind of
Yeah.
like it.
Oh, thank you.
If Mark Aben frees up, there might be a Bug Smashers, but no promises yet. Thursday's ATV has part 1 of our in-depth interview with Jim Martin, talking about not only his career, but all the work that he's done for Star Citizen, going all the way back to the development of the original Scythe. And Lore Maker's Guide with Lore Maker's Guide for the Davian system. And I promise, if you've enjoyed the Lore Maker's Guides up to this point, you do not want to miss this one. Adam really knocks this one out of the park. So
Adam tears it up.
Is Tom like playing the outro or something?
yeah,
Or we
yeah,
can't
he's
hear
just
him?
we can't hear him.
He's miming.
Yeah, any chance not to hear Tom Hennessy, I jump at. So
Oh my goodness.
so
Oh,
I love Tom Hennessy.
We're all friends here.
I know, right?
So yeah, and then Friday we'll see you right back here for another episode of Reverse the Verse.
And we're working as hard as we can on 2-4. Hope to have it out next week, but we can't promise anything. It's
Specifically
gonna
the 5 of us.
yes, that's the 5 of us.
We are working so
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
guys.
exactly.
We're waiting so hard.
Yeah.
No, we will keep you updated as we hear more. Smashing those bugs. Yes.
All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I'm Jared. That's Ben. That's Alexis. That's Justin. This is Sandy. Thomas is in the box. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.